It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time.
Welcome back to Fights and Fragz. I'm your host, PTP Tega. Once again, we are outside. However, I'm filming this during the daytime in the morning, so you won't hear as many nighttime sounds as you heard last time, but you might hear school buses and loud yee-yee trucks and everything like that. Other than that, though, we're just a few days away from a fantastic UFC fight night, and we got a banger main event to talk about. Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. Two of the most exciting prospects in the middleweight division. They're squaring off, and we're here to break down the keys to victory for both men. What's at stake? A potential title shot. Both these men are arguably the contenders for it. This is essentially a contender elimination match to see who's going to fight for the title. Essentially, it hasn't been called that, but if you look at the rankings, that's what it is. Let's start looking at Caio Borralho, who I'm going to say his name 40 different ways. It's going to be incorrect. My first thought when I watched his recent fight against Cannonier is that he just didn't pop. He got the win, and that's a huge deal, but, you know, he did beat a former title challenger, and getting in the top 5, not a small feat. It sounds like I'm hating, but when you're looking at someone who could be a future champion, you just want to see that extra gear, and he just didn't seem to really do anything. He controlled the fight on the feet, he was technical, he was sound, but he didn't really show off that knockout power or dominant striking that we've seen from many contenders as they rise through the ranks, you know? And even more concerning is he didn't show much of his wrestling, which we know he's going to have to, you know, he has a grappling background, he has a strong judo base, but for whatever reason he chose to keep it standing. Maybe it's just a idea that, show that you can do what they do. You know, we've seen that in the past from other fighters, but against a fighter like Imavov, we know he's a strong wrestler. You gotta wonder if Borralho's wrestling is championship level, needed to get the job done. Hopefully it is. We'll see. Also, you know, you gotta look back into that championship division, and that I'm pretty sure their champion is also a wrestler. So, you know, how far are you going to go before you become just another journeyman or, guard to the title? Now we'll look at the other side of the cage here. Nassourdine Imavov. I mean, to me, this guy is a monster. Call it jockeying, call it what you want, but he's incredibly accurate and precise with his striking. His fight against Chris Curtis was a masterclass in controlled aggression and precision. And then you look at his bout with Chris Buckley. That was a great, I don't even know if that's the right name, but if you watch his fight against Buckley, it was a showcase of confidence and his ability to put combinations together. There was one thing in that Buckley fight that stood out to me, and it might be the biggest question mark hanging over Imavov, was his gas tank. Buckley took him to the deep water, and he looked noticeably more tired in the third round. The more that Buckley took him into the water, Imavov just got really sloppy. I wouldn't say he was exhausted by any means, but you could see the fatigue. Buckley started landing more shots. You know, he was just a little more sloppy. So it does question if Borralho can push a relentless pace. Is Imavov's cardio going to hold up for the 5 rounds that this fight will take place in? That is the key thing. And also, once again, the champion, once again, you got to keep in mind, this is like a champion contender match. Like, this is going to eliminate one of the contenders for it. It's going to be 5 rounds, so you have to be able to do that 5 rounds. Is Imavov going to be able to do that because of his cardio? I don't know. If we rewind and look back at a couple more fights, Borralho's past fight against Paul Craig was a clinic. So let's not like completely get away from Borralho. That dude is amazing. He completely neutralized Craig's submission game and just seemed to do whatever he wanted. it's almost like he didn't want to wrestle, and he was pretty much able to just avoid it completely. It was a smart move against Paul Craig. He's a submission specialist. I've seen people, when I was researching this topic, say that the lack of wrestling from a guy who has a strong grappling base makes you wonder if he's avoiding it for a reason. I don't know. After I watched that, I just seen that he knew his hands were better and he didn't have to take it to the ground, and why risk it? His hands are great. He has sniper-like precision, and he's going to need every bit of it against Imavov's forward pressure. And then if you look at the Imavov versus Shabazian, I think that's how you say that fighter's name. This fight was, just a one-way fight for Imavov. Shabazian had a couple shining moments, but Imavov's strength and precision just took it over. And then he ended up busting Shabazian open and put him in that nasty crucifix in the second round and just, did his thing. That to me shows his strength and that his ground and pound just has killer instinct. He knows how to finish a fight. He's going to do it. When you put all of this together, how does this play out? Well, for me, the key to this fight is going to be where it takes place. Borralho is going to have to use his movement, his precision to stay on the feet with Imavov. And he needs to keep Imavov guessing and make him chase. It's really going to be about that forward pressure. Also, if Borralho can keep that forward pressure on Imavov, then he might control the fight. I think, however, Imavov's strength is going to be the deciding factor. I can see him using his pressure to back Borralho against the cage, land some powerful strikes, and eventually getting this fight to the ground. Once he's on the mat, I think Imavov's ground and pound is just too much for him. He's just not going to be able to do it. So my prediction is Imavov wins this purely on the crazy strength, and I'm leaning towards a late round TKO via ground and pound. I'd say second round ground and pound. That's my breakdown on the Imavov versus Borralho. If you guys think otherwise, you can leave a comment. Let me know where you say I got it wrong, because I've kind of just analyzed the fights they have available on YouTube, and that's what I see with my eyes. However, other people may see different things, and I just don't have any good. I just don't see Borralho really being able to do much against Imavov. You got BSD fighting also, Mauricio Rufy. I hope BSD just kills him with a good. Okay, hold on. Whoa. All right, we're not killing people, but I hope that he hits him with a good, solid hook and just drops him. We need a good crazy knockout again. And I'm looking through the rest of these fights. I don't really want to make any calls on any of them. I see Patricio Pitbull's fighting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so there's like I said, I think Imavov beats Borralho. But I guess we will see. I guess that's kind of where we're at. We will see what happens. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. This was a quick Fights and Fragz podcast. A good one for work. Very short, very quick, to the point. Give us a follow if this is your first time listening to us. See you guys.